Joining us now, New York Post columnist Jon Levine. Jon, the breaking news that is coming in from John Durham in he's the special counsel on the criminal probe of Trump-Russia, that Igor Danchenko, he was the source for the Steele dossier that has since been debunked. He was the source behind that debunked Trump Moscow hotel room story, that he was a paid FBI informant starting in March 2017 through October 2020. Jon, the implication is that this is in around the same time James Comey was leaking to getting a professor to leak to the media about his conversations with Trump over Trump-Russia. So it seems like a concerted effort to really go after Trump with a guy who's now been accused of lying to the FBI.
Well, right, exactly. This is, I mean, we just got to zoom out on this a little bit and just say this to yourself. The person who was the lead source on all the information, the discredited information in the Steele dossier that was used to dog Trump for years, turns out he's an FBI operative. And we know this because of the ongoing efforts of the Durham probe that former President Trump put in place to figure out the origins of the Russia probe. And as to what you said about James Comey, the former FBI director, leaking information, it shows that there's a very long history of partisanship within the upper reaches of the FBI, and it goes back well before its current director, Chris Wray, and it's all something that needs to be investigated.
Jon, let's move on to this. Senator Chuck Grassley, he's ranking member of Senate Judiciary. He's demanding that former FBI agent Tim Tebow, testify before the Senate about allegedly shutting down the FBI's 2020 probe into Hunter Biden. This happened before the election. Watch this.
FBI officials wanted to take action with respect to this separate investigative information that the FBI had in its possession related to Hunter Biden. However, Tebow blocked the FBI. The FBI could have gathered more evidence with respect to Hunter Biden, but cut bait instead. And the FBI and Tebow cut bait right before the 2020 presidential election. How can the American people trust the results?
And Jon, here's the thing. Here's what the senator is saying, too. You know how Hunter Biden is being investigated by David Weiss? He's a Trump-appointed U.S. prosecutor for money laundering, for a violation of lobbying laws or tax fraud. How is the FBI shutting down the Hunter Biden probe affecting that probe?
Right. Well, you know, the senator believes that the FBI shut down a completely different potential probe into the first son. I mean, we just don't exactly know what we don't know here. What we do know is that Tim Tebow, not the football player, the FBI agent, was the point person in charge of managing Tony Bobulinski, who was one of Hunter Biden's business partners, who is the one who identified Joe Biden as the big guy. Tony Bobulinski gave detailed information to the FBI before the 2020 election. We're talking financial records, we're talking encrypted cell phones, things that have never, to this date, been made public. And it all just kind of went down an FBI black hole.
So more detail?
Part of the reason is Tim Tebow.
So more detail on Hunter Biden versus Igor Danchenko with his falsehoods, allegedly, right?
Right. It all just shows a consistent pattern within the FBI, which, as I said earlier, predates the current director, Chris Wray. So it's not enough to merely just have a hearing with Chris Wray. I think a much more broad-based inquiry is necessary and probably is planned by Republicans should they retake Congress. When
are we going to hear about the DOJ probe into Hunter Biden, led by the U.S. Attorney David Weiss?
That's a great question. Well, we all remember it was at a critical stage about 6 weeks ago, and it was a shoe was going to drop at any moment, and that we're still waiting for the shoe. But you know, I'm starting to think increasingly it won't happen before the midterms because of sort of agencies are wary of interfering, of seeming to interfere in elections, which is probably a good thing to be wary of. But perhaps afterwards.
Got it.
But who knows?
We'll have you on, Jon Levine. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us.